What if every ancient civilization on Earth, independently, without contact, described the same beings coming from the sky? Because they did. Every single one. We call it the Ancient Alien Theory. Mainstream science rejects it. But the questions it raises, those have never been fully answered. And that matters. Tonight we do something different. We separate the real evidence from the manufactured sensation. We look at what the evidence actually shows. No more, no less. The Ancient Alien Theory began with Erich von Däniken's 1968 book, Chariots of the Gods. It sold 70 million copies. It asked one question. How? Von Däniken asked, if ancient humans built these structures, why do we struggle to explain how? It was not an unreasonable question. It still isn't. But a reasonable question got buried under unreasonable answers. Ancient Aliens, the TV show, ran for 20 seasons, over 250 episodes. The question became an industry. The problem with making everything aliens, it drowns the real mysteries. And there are real mysteries. Ones that mainstream archaeology has not fully solved. So tonight, 6 categories of evidence: ancient texts, stone structures, the Nazca Lines, unexplained objects, genetics, and cave art. We examine each one honestly. For each category, here is the alien argument, here is the mainstream explanation, and here is the genuine gap, if one exists. You decide what the gap means. This is not about proving aliens visited Earth. This is about being honest, about what we know, what we do not know, and what deserves serious investigation. Category 1. Ancient texts. Here is the claim. Multiple ancient civilizations describe beings from the sky who brought knowledge, taught agriculture, and built cities. The Sumerian texts describe the Anunnaki, beings who descended from the sky, established civilization in Mesopotamia, then departed the same way they arrived. The mainstream interpretation. The Anunnaki were Sumerian gods, personifications of natural forces, mythology, not history, the same as Greek or Roman gods. The genuine gap. The Sumerians appeared around 3500 BC with a fully formed civilization, no developmental period. Writing, law, mathematics, astronomy, instantly. The Sanskrit Vedas describe the Vimanas, flying vehicles used in battle by the gods. The descriptions include propulsion, altitude, and weaponry. In technical detail, mainstream response, Vimanas are mythological vehicles, like Apollo's chariot or Thor's hammer. Ancient imagination given narrative form. The detail is poetic, not engineering. The Book of Enoch, removed from the biblical canon in 300 AD, describes fallen angels who taught humans metallurgy, astronomy, cosmetics, and weapons making. Specifically, here is what is interesting. It was removed from the canon. That means somebody decided this text should not be widely read. That decision was made in 300 AD. The mainstream position, the Book of Enoch was excluded because it contradicted developing Christian theology. Not because of its content about angels, standard religious politics. The Popol Vuh Maya creation text describes the first humans as beings of extraordinary intelligence who were then deliberately reduced by their creators. Sound strange? The honest question, if these are all independent mythologies, why do they share one specific detail? Knowledge arriving from the sky. Not from the earth, from above. Zecharia Sitchin spent 50 years translating Sumerian texts and concluded the Anunnaki were extraterrestrials from a planet called Nibiru. Mainstream Sumerologists rejected his translations. Mainstream Sumerologists say Sitchin's translations are simply incorrect. His Nibiru does not appear in the text the way he claims. The academic consensus is clear and consistent. Ancient text verdict, mythology and religion with no confirmed extraterrestrial evidence. But the genuine mystery of parallel sky knowledge traditions across isolated civilizations remains real. Category 2. Stone structures. Here is the claim. Some ancient structures use stones so large and placed so precisely that ancient tools cannot explain them. Let's check it. The Temple of Jupiter at Baalbek sits on 3 foundation stones, each weighing over 800 tons. Placed with precision so fine a knife blade cannot pass between them. Mainstream explanation, Roman engineers moved these stones using sledges, rollers, and massive organized labor. The logistics were extreme but achievable. Roman engineering was extraordinary. The genuine gap, engineers have modeled the Baalbek move. The required rope diameter to move an 800-ton stone would be 3 meters. No ancient rope technology achieved this. Puma Punku in Bolivia, stone blocks cut with machine precision, interlocking H-shaped pieces, right angles within thousandths of an inch, in one of the hardest stones on Earth. Puma Punku was built by the Tiwanaku civilization around 600 AD. They had stone and bronze tools, no wheel, no writing, but clearly, extraordinary craftspeople. The genuine gap, Puma Punku's H-blocks are andesite, one of the hardest stones on Earth. Bronze is softer than andesite. Bronze chisels cannot cut andesite. The materials do not work. Sacsayhuaman in Peru, fortress walls of stones up to 200 tons, no mortar, fitted together so precisely a knife blade cannot pass between them, irregular polygons, perfect. Experimental archaeology shows ancient Andean people could move large stones using fiber ropes, wooden rollers, and organized community labor. They demonstrated this in controlled experiments. The genuine gap, Sacsayhuaman stones are irregular polygons with up to 12 angles each. Every stone fits its neighbors perfectly. No two stones are alike. How was each stone shaped? Göbekli Tepe in Turkey, 12,000 years old, built by hunter-gatherers before agriculture existed, before settled civilization, before we were supposed to be able to do this. Think of human development timelines. Mainstream archaeology revised its own understanding. Hunter-gatherers were far more organized than assumed. The genuine gap, 12,000 years ago, humans without settled civilization built structures more sophisticated than anything for 8,000 years afterward, then stopped. Why build it? Why stop? And here is something most people do not know. Göbekli Tepe was deliberately buried. Someone intentionally filled it in with rubble. Intentionally. Around 8,000 BC, stone structures verdict. Genuine engineering gaps exist at Baalbek and Puma Punku. Göbekli Tepe is genuinely anomalous. Mainstream archaeology has not fully resolved these. That is honest. But genuine engineering mystery is not the same as alien explanation. A gap in our understanding does not automatically fill with extraterrestrials. The logic does not work that way. What experimental archaeologists have consistently shown, ancient humans were more capable than we assumed. Every time we test their methods, the methods work. Every time the stone structure question that deserves honest investigation. Not were they alien built, but how exactly did ancient humans develop and transmit construction knowledge at this scale? Category 3. The Nazca Lines. Giant figures carved into the Peruvian desert, visible only from the air, created between 500 BC and 500 AD, still perfectly preserved. 450 square kilometers. Animals, plants, geometric shapes, humanoid figures, all in perfect proportion, all visible only from hundreds of feet in the air. The alien argument. Landing strips or navigational aids for spacecraft. The humanoid figures were signals for beings looking down from above. The lines make no sense otherwise. The mainstream explanation, the Nazca people used a simple grid scaling system, a small drawing scaled up using stakes and cord, no altitude required, tested and confirmed. Experimental archaeologist Joe Nickel recreated a full Nazca figure in one day using wooden stakes and cord. 2 people, no computers, no altitude, no aliens. The genuine question the Nazca Lines raise. If the figures were religious offerings to sky gods, why make them visible only from above? Who were they made for to look at? The Nazca people also built the Puquios, underground aqueducts that still deliver water to the desert today. These are the same people, engineers building for survival and for the sky.
The Paracas Candelabra, a 5-foot geoglyph. This one had a practical purpose, a navigational landmark for ancient sailors.
Here is the honest cognitive achievement question. How did the Nazca develop the abstract thinking to plan, calculate, and execute kilometer-scale precision art? That is genuinely impressive. The Nazca Lines verdict, human construction, religious and cultural purpose, no physical evidence of extraterrestrial involvement. The human solution is confirmed and demonstrated. But the question they leave is worth keeping. Not, did aliens make them? But what motivated an entire civilization to devote extraordinary effort to art that only the sky can see? That question, what drives humans to make art that only gods or birds or the future can see, is more interesting than any alien explanation. And it is about us. Category 4. Unexplained objects. Items found at ancient sites that appear to show knowledge of things not yet invented. Some of these are genuinely difficult to explain. The Baghdad battery produces 1.1 volts when filled with grape juice. It was found near ancient copper objects showing signs of electroplating. This is a real object producing real electricity. The Antikythera mechanism, a 2,000-year-old Greek bronze computer with 37 gears that calculated astronomical positions with extraordinary precision. This one is not disputed. The Antikythera mechanism is not alien technology. It is evidence that Greek engineering was far more sophisticated than we previously understood. That is the honest conclusion. But here is the genuine gap. The next comparable gear mechanism does not appear until 1400 years later in medieval Europe. That 1400-year gap in mechanical knowledge is real and unexplained. The Saqqara bird, a wooden model from ancient Egypt with aerodynamic properties matching modern glider design. When a tail fin was added, it flew. Found in a tomb, labeled as a bird. The mainstream response, it may be a decorative bird model or a weather vane. Ancient Egyptians did make bird models. The aerodynamic function may be coincidental, not intentional. The Columbian gold jets, pre-Columbian gold figurines shaped like delta-wing aircraft with vertical stabilizers, landing gear, and swept-back wings. When scaled up and given engines, they flew. Mainstream explanation, the vessels were likely used for storing scrolls or medicinal purposes. The electrochemical effect may be accidental, not intentional. Plausible counterargument, zoologists identify the Columbian figurines as stylized fish or insects, not aircraft. Ancient Columbian art frequently depicted animals in stylized form. The fish interpretation is credible. The honest position on the objects, the Baghdad battery and Saqqara bird, are intriguing but explainable. The Antikythera mechanism is genuinely extraordinary but human. The gap is knowledge, not aliens. The Lascaux Cave star map, 17,000 years old. The dots that cave painting match stripes of the star cluster. This is confirmed. Ancient humans mapped the stars accurately. Prehistoric humans were expert sky observers. Accurate star knowledge was essential for seasonal tracking and navigation. 17,000 years of watching the sky produces accurate maps. The object's verdict, most have credible human explanations. The Antikythera's 1400-year knowledge gap is the one genuinely unresolved anomaly. That deserves further investigation. Not aliens. Investigation. Category 5. Genetics. The claim, extraterrestrial DNA was introduced to accelerate human evolution, specifically the Great Leap Forward 70,000 years ago. Mainstream science attributes the Great Leap Forward to a mutation in FOXP2, the language gene, which enabled complex communication and accelerated cultural and cognitive development. The Rh-negative blood type, 15% of humans carry it. It has no confirmed evolutionary ancestor in the primate family tree. It is the only blood type with this characteristic. Mainstream genetics says we simply have not yet found the ancestor. The alien theory says it is non-primate in origin. Neither side has fully proven its case. Mitochondrial Eve, all humans alive today share one female ancestor who lived in Africa between 150,000 and 200,000 years ago. The genetic evidence here is conclusive and consistent. The genetic evidence places humanity's origin firmly on Earth, firmly in Africa, across a traceable evolutionary lineage going back millions of years. This evidence is robust and consistent. Genetics verdict, no confirmed extraterrestrial DNA found in 60 years of molecular biology research. The Rh-negative anomaly remains genuinely unresolved. Human origin is confirmed, alien addition is not. What genetics does confirm, we are a young species. 200,000 years is very recent in evolutionary terms. We should be humble about what we do not yet understand about our own origins. Here is the verdict. What does 60 years of ancient alien investigation actually show? We examine it category by category. Honestly, without agenda in either direction. Nazca Lines, human construction confirmed. Ancient texts, mythology and universal storytelling. Genetics, human origin confirmed, Rh-negative unresolved. Objects, backs, mostly explained, Antikythera gap real. Stone structures, genuine engineering gaps confirmed. Baalbek rope mathematics does not work. Puma Punku material hardness does not work. These are real engineering problems, still open. But genuine engineering mystery is not alien evidence. It is a call for more research. Specifically, better experimental archaeology, better computer modeling, better sonar of the sites. The ancient alien theory makes a testable prediction. Physical evidence of extraterrestrial presence should exist. Metallic objects, biological material, anomalous structures. After 60 years, none confirmed. Zero confirmed. Not one piece of physical alien evidence from an ancient context in 60 years of searching. In science, evidence matters. Its absence matters equally. Here is the other honest truth. Mainstream archaeology has also not fully explained several of these structures. The gap exists on both sides. Neither camp is complete. The ancient alien theory has done one genuinely valuable thing. It made millions of people care about ancient history. That curiosity is real. It should be redirected, not dismissed. The problem, the theory also teaches people to underestimate ancient humans. To assume extraordinary achievement requires extraordinary outside help. That assumption insults ancient people. Ancient humans were fully modern humans, identical to us in brain structure, intelligence, and creative capacity. They solve problems we cannot fully reverse engineer. That is extraordinary enough. The real mystery is not aliens, it is us. How did humans in 12,000 BC organize complex societies without writing, without agriculture, and build Göbekli Tepe? Answer that honestly. Experimental archaeology answers these questions slowly, every year. Each experiment gives us more. The genuine mysteries are shrinking. through research, not speculation. The universe is 13.8 billion years old. The possibility of extraterrestrial intelligence existing somewhere out there is very real, but that is completely different from confirmed ancient Earth visits. SETI has been scanning the cosmos for 60 years. No confirmed extraterrestrial signal, but the search covers an infinitesimally small portion of the universe. It has barely started. The honest answer, we are probably not alone in the universe. We have no confirmed evidence of having been visited. Ancient humans were extraordinary. Both things are true simultaneously. The ancient alien theory has not been disproven. It has simply not produced evidence. In science, those are very different things. One closes a question, the other leaves it open. Ancient humans built Göbekli Tepe. They built the pyramids, they built Sacsayhuaman, they built the Nazca Lines. They did these things. They deserve our respect and serious investigation. The question is worth asking. The evidence does not yet answer it. Keep asking, keep investigating, keep the curiosity, lose the certainty. That is the honest position. Ancient aliens. The question is worth asking. The evidence is not yet there. And the humans who built all of this were extraordinary enough without any help at all.